Hello once again, Wildcats. Welcome to another edition of Coach's Corner presented by Atrium Health. My name is Paul Roper, joined by Davidson College head football coach Scott Abel after Davidson defeats Marist in the PFL opener 49-21 up at Poughkeepsie. A terrific game for the Cats, especially for quarterback Colter Cleland, who is the first quarterback since 2014 to throw for over 300 yards in the game and the fourth Wildcat quarterback with 5 touchdown passes in a game. He is the offensive player of the week in the Pioneer Football League, and let's start that right off the bat, Coach. Talk about Colt's performance on Saturday. It was stupendous.
It really was, and what a growth between week 2 and 3 for him, right? Between start 1 and start 2, and I think we all felt he played well, start 1, but start 2 you could just see a more calmer Colter, right? More relaxed Colter, and that really paid dividends for all of us.
And let's talk about the first touchdown that he had, which was one of the top plays of the week. Number 2 play on SportsCenter Top 10, number 1 play on ESPN's College Football Recap Show. I counted 8 missed tackles on both ends between Colter Cleland running around the backfield and then dumping it off to Aaron Mayone, who evaded a few tacklers himself, zigzagged through the defenders, jumped into the end zone. Just what was your feeling as you watched that happen from the sideline?
Well, honestly, my feeling was he missed his first read. We had our insert streaming wide down the seam, wide open, and he didn't get there in that read progression. That kind of forced the scramble and then the playmaking ability by both those kids, right? That's the part that you love to see as a coach. When things kind of go wrong, the ability to make plays, to make something out of nothing. And you saw Colter do that, and then you saw Aaron take that pitch and make a great play afterwards. And so an exciting way for us to get on the board, right? I probably would have felt a little easier had we done it the more conventional way. You saw the first read and hit Mark McCurdy run down the seam, but great job by both of them, keeping the play alive and making something of it.
Very much a team win. 10 different Wildcats had a reception. 16 different Cats touched the ball in the win. 4 different Cats had a solo sack in the game. That's the first time the Cats have had that happen in the game in 2 years when they played Stetson. Now that you had time to kind of process the result and watch the film, what else really stood out to you during that performance?
Well, I think on both sides of football, I think our front played really well. I think we won the line of scrimmage on offense, which set up everything else. We protected Colt really well. We got a running game going, inside running game when you needed it, when we wanted it. Defensively, we controlled the line of scrimmage all day, right? We held them to under 30 yards rushing, all right? We were constantly in the backfield harassing the quarterback and ended up with 4 sacks. Probably could have had 7 or 8, to be honest. So for us, I think it's where it all needs to start. We have to win the line of scrimmage, and I'm ecstatic about how many guys got involved on both sides of the football, but really just making it easy for us looking at it. The winning the line of scrimmage is kind of what made all that happen.
As always, the Wildcat turnout impressive from what I saw behind the sidelines in Poughkeepsie on Saturday. We also were paid a visit from Davidson College President Doug Hicks. He was there at the team walkthrough at West Point on Friday. I had the opportunity to meet him and his son Noah, and then he joined the team after the game. What does it mean to you to have that support from President Hicks to come and watch a team and then give him a good performance?
It was great to have President Hicks with us. What a boost for our guys to have your president travel with you to an away game, to play so well, right, with him and Noah there. But I think it speaks so much for his commitment to our athletic department, his commitment to our football program, that he takes his time and his busy schedule to travel with us to watch us play on the road. And I told him afterwards that we played so well, he'd have to make the trip each and every time if he could. I don't think it's possible. But he seems excited about it, and really blessed that we have that kind of support.
That indeed, and as I just mentioned, the Cats were also at West Point for their walkthrough on Friday. It's my first time visiting West Point, even though I grew up 2 hours away from the U.S. Military Academy. And I'll tell you what, it is absolutely breathtaking. What was your feeling going into West Point and getting the opportunity to kind of take in some of that scenery there?
Yeah, well, it's an inspiring trip to go into West Point, the history that's there, the academies and how they serve us and they serve our country. And we look for opportunities when we go on the road to take our team and our program to places maybe a lot of our guys haven't been before. And this was another opportunity, and excited that we had that chance. And all our alums who follow us and watch us, our Gridiron Club, they make those trips possible. right? The ability to fly up, to have a little extra time, to do stuff like that. Very grateful for our Gridiron Club, very grateful for our alums that make all that possible.
Well, now we're back at home this week, getting ready to take on the St. Andrews Knights. They visit Richardson Stadium for the second time this season. Off to an 0-3 start. What are some of the things that you hope to accomplish in Saturday's game against the Knights?
Well, first, you look at them, and they've played a really tough schedule inside their world of NAIA football, right? Their opponents they played are some of the best programs at their level. And so, they're going to be athletic. That's what we know. I think we need to win the line of scrimmage game from the get-go, establish ourselves. I'd really like to see our option game get going. We've shown glimpses of really getting our option game going, but not consistently, and I'd like to see that on offense. Defensively, I just want us to continue to grow, right? Got a young secondary, and I think we see just all kinds of signs of how well they can play, right? And you just want to see them continue to grow in that role and, really finish this non-conference schedule off on a high note, take momentum into our Pioneer League schedule.
Well, Coach, should be a fun one on Saturday. Can't wait to get it going. Thanks for your time as always.
Thanks, Paul.
He's head coach Scott Abel, and my name is Paul Roper. Thank you for joining us for Coach's Corner. A reminder to tune in to our radio broadcast starting at 6:30 with the Pepsi pregame show. Kickoff at 7. It's also online if you want to watch on DavidsonWildcats.com as Davidson gets set to face St. Andrews for the final non-conference game of the season. Until next week, this has been Coach's Corner presented by Atrium Health.